this evening's program.
It's good to see Tom Bennett back, and there's our Tom Butler back in car number 4, not to be confused with our Valente race director. And it's also good to see his first appearance of the year in car number 02, a veteran guy. Car number 04, we first saw him at the old Riverside Park Speedway when he was winning races, Skip Bruning.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've just been told a fuel cap was loose on the Joel Monahan car. Off turn number 4. Double greens are out. And Mike Mordino rumbles into turn 1. But look out, here comes Tyler Leary with car number 11. Josh Wood, 3 cars contending for the same space on the racetrack, as now Josh Wood rumbles his way into second. Here comes Gamba Corda, the number 32 car. And Glenn Reen in the Alpine Tree Services car is coming on strong in position number 6. Back up strut. Heyman still the leader. Butler gets crossed up down the back straightaway. Trouble now. We've got 2 cars spinning. Gamba Corda is involved. And the 42. From his quest to beat leukemia and cancer, he actually started school this past week, so they were all pretty excited about that. Lights are off on the safety vehicle at the point. Ray goes for a quick in and out of the pit area. Gamba Corda stays out. 1 of 30. Still left to come. The Valente Modified Race Series. Pace car dives to the center of the infield. The green is out. Rich Hammond and Josh Wood. And Wood pulls away on the outside, 3 wide for second. And Tyler Leary, along with Glenn Reen, are side by side in a bid for the runner-up spot. Off the turn, Reen makes his presence known on the outside of Leary. They're side by side, and now Wayne Corey Jr. moves into contend. And at the start of this event, we almost counted out Tommy Butler, but now he is back among the top 5 positions here. Corey still looking racy. Now applies the pressure, but Leary slams the door rather abruptly. Here comes Corey in a side-by-side battle for the 3rd spot. Wayne Corey Jr. in the Wayne's Auto Body car rumbles its way into the top 3. Here comes Tom Butler, one of the all-time veterans and winningest drivers in the late model division. And who's the tail that wags the dog now? It is Tommy Fern with the number 92 car. Fastest car on the racetrack is Glenn Reen, the Alpine Tree Services car, 21.126. Field ready to go back to green. Josh Wood and Glenn Reen. Wayne Corey Jr., Tommy Butler, Matt, and the initial start, Butler dropped back 5 positions, but now all of a sudden he's in the 4th spot and he's coming forward.
And it's Josh Wood coming forward on his restart, and settling in behind him is Glenn Reen, and Reen has room on the inside.
Glenn Reen just kind of tested the waters like sticking his big toe in the pond and then thought twice about it. Meanwhile, here comes Tommy Fern. He was 5th a lap ago, and now he is 4th. The Saren Ford machine. Oh, Gamba Corda is in trouble again.
And Leary is there with him in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Yellow out.
Gambacorta was involved in a jingle, the first jingle. So it's a double celebration,
Yes.
is what you're telling me, Matt.
Yes. So stay tuned here, 21-21, to have another big night for the 88 team. Right now, it's been a big night for Josh Wood in car number 17. He is trying to get his second win of the year, but I think the feel-good story is the smooth ride for him so far by Wayne Curry in car number 10. We don't see him here that often, but it's a great father and son team. His dad, Wayne Sr., a great champion at Riverside Park Speedway, and his son is really taking over tonight.
Certainly has, Matt. Let's see what's going to happen because we are about to go back to green. There's the green. And Josh Wood has a little bit more momentum. But just as you called it, here comes Glenn Reen and Wayne Corey and Tom Fern.
Boy, Reed got about 1/4 of the way underneath Wood and then dropped back. Tommy Butler getting underneath Tom Fern. We didn't see that happening. Turbo Tom trying to move into 4th.
Tom Butler, like days of old, he moves on to the 4th position. Here comes Wayne Corey down underneath Glenn Reen. A battle of the Wayne's Auto Body and Alpine Tree Services car. And now, Wayne Corey sideways off the turn. Glenn Reen is right there. So is it Butler. And now Tom Fern. Up the racetrack goes Wayne Corey. He gathers it back, Matt, and he's door handle to door handle with Tommy Butler.
Boy, that car was twisted around so much on Corey, he could almost see the rear bumper out of his windshield. He drops back another position as Butler gets by him. Now Fern is trying to get by him. So the King Ward Coach Line car gets into the top 4, and Michael Ray is in the neighborhood.
Now remember, Ray was involved in a jingle, had to go to the back of the pack, and now all of a sudden his car is just as quick as the front running cars, and Joel Monahan had that problem with the fuel cap at the start of the event and had to go back to last.
And he is trying to move up. He is behind that double file war between Ray and Wayne Curry. While all the fisticuffs were happening behind him, Josh Wood has opened up a big lead. Remember, his problems during the past 2 years has been sealing the deal.
Certainly has, and now Wayne Corey is down on the inside, takes the spot back from Michael Ray, and then Joel Monahan almost had that position, but was forced to back out of it just a bit. Josh Wood in the Peterson. Rat on a machine-powered car. Up in front, just 3 laps shy of a halfway marker, Matt, as the leader of the pack. Meanwhile, a little further back, we see that Gambacorta is starting to get frisky again, as he's come from the back on 2 occasions, and I don't think he's done yet.
Let's have a look at Wood. He is leading by the length of the gravel pit against Glenn Reed. Now what will Fern do? As he tries to size up Tom Butler. Tom Butler is running superbly tonight as he is holding off the 7-time winner this season.
He certainly is, and it continues to be a great battle up front. Now, usually, Tom Fern starts to go right about the halfway marker in the event. Tonight, we are now at the halfway point, and if Fern is going to make up some ground, it's got to come pretty quick. But Tommy Butler is running like days of old with that number 4 car as he continues to set a blistering pace, running on the podium as now Corey started to settle back in for the 5th spot, and Michael Ray sets in the 6th position with Joel Monahan up to the 7th spot with the number 03 machine.
Reed trying to stay in contact with Josh Wood, but he is unable to do that. As Wood leading by about the length of the gravel pit. The second half of the race, we'll see if it will be kind to Josh Wood because he has had big leads like this before and has struggled in the second half of the race. there is no struggle for Tommy Fern, as he had a little daylight underneath Tommy Butler, but once again, he can't capitalize.
He tries everything. We haven't seen a challenge like this. Fern has been pretty much dominant in the late models this season, so this is really interesting because now Tom Fern is on the podium, and that's a location that he's very familiar with in this late model division.
Boy, we have seen Butler and Fern battle in the 90s and in the early 2000s, but not so far in 2016. And we saw tonight, Fern is able to pull away, and Corey moves into fourth.
Corey becomes the tail that wags the dog there as he moves around, as 19 laps of 30 are now complete, and the leader still remains Josh Wood. This time they come to the stripe, double fives in the air, 10 circuits to go.
And the question is, can Glenn Reed catch Wood under green flag conditions, as he is starting to gain a little ground, but he needs to gain a lot more? Best battle, third and fourth. That's where Fern and Corey are hanging out, and Fern leading by about the length of a pitchfork over car number 10. Butler is still hanging tough, but so far, the dominant factor has been Josh Wood.
There's no question about it. He has been consistent each and every time by. Wayne Corey Jr. just ticked off the quickest lap of the event, 21.123. So car number 10 gets its second wind, but it is working over Tom Fern. And when you can run in the tire tracks of Tom Fern in the late models in 2016, you have a good race car and you are a contender.
Yeah, usually when you run at Fern's tire tracks, you're about 20 car lengths behind him. But right there, almost close enough to do a tap dance on the back bumper, is Wayne Corey, and it is still Josh Wood. That lead is not shrunk by that much. So Josh Wood, he is still running very consistently at the front of the field.
He continues to be very dominant as the time is starting to run out in this one. Lap traffic up ahead, the Paul Verrecchio Jr. car in front of our leaders.
Now the only yellow that Josh Wood wants to see is on the Napa sign. He does not want to see it on the starter stand, as Reed is not giving up. Reed was very unfamiliar with Fender cars at the front of the season, but he has grown a liking to him. He could like him even more if he could find a way to get close to Josh Wood.
Less than 5 circuits, it's all going to be history. It's come down to the wire, and Josh Wood, who's had a roller coaster season of highs and lows, tonight, this could be the highlight of 2016 for the Rad Auto Machine powered race car owned by the Peterson family.
The Springfield Police Dispatcher has a healthy lead over Glenn Reed, and he has a buffer right now as a car Verrecchio in between himself and Reed, and now Reed gets by the 39, but he is running out of time as Josh Wood is only 3 laps away from his second win of the season.
That is a mile and a half left in the competition here. Meanwhile, Reed still unchallenged, but the story for Tom Fern is a lot different because Wayne Corey has worked him over lap after lap. Here's the twirling twos. 2 laps to go, 1 mile left remaining in this event.
And there hasn't been much stress in this race for Josh Wood as he continues to lead by about 5 furlongs over Reed as they come into turn number 4. It is still Wood. The white flag is out, and Josh Wood is only a half a mile from victory.
After a year of turmoil, Josh Wood is back in winning style here at Stafford. He heads for the final circuit down into turn number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, off turn number 4. He looks to head to the checker. It is Josh Wood to take down the impressive victory in the late model division. Glenn Reed in the Alpine Tree Services car to finish in second. Sarah Ford.
Josh Wood climbing out of the Flamingo Motorsports number 17 machine. And give it up, man. Josh Wood, good run, Josh. Congratulations. 17 car was awful strong tonight.
Yeah, I know. It felt like its old self. I kind of adjusted my driving style a little bit, and it seemed like it was working a lot better. I wasn't overdriving the corner. I'd like to thank all my whole crew, Bobby, Matt, Jordan, my dad, Ernie, Richie, and everyone that helps out. The car was fast this week. They never give up. We always work on it until, it's back to the way it was.
Well, the 31 car, he had some pretty good restarts there and gave you a pretty good run there for a while.
Yeah, Reen's my buddy. Congratulations on him second. It would have been nicer if he was up there with me right side by side. That would have been really awesome. I'd like to thank all our sponsors as well. Rad on the Machine for the great power we have. Flamingo Motorsports, Falls Alignment, Hams Welding, CNS Engineering, Napa, Hoosier, Sunoco Race Fuels, and Weddell Communications.
NASCAR late model winner Josh Woodhull, and he's got one more.
Also, I'd like to thank our spotter tonight, Bob. Our normal spotter couldn't make it today for prior circumstances. So, we're 2 for 2 with him. So, maybe we got to fire the last spotter, but
it's always good to thank your spotter. Congratulations, man. Good run for Josh Wood in car number 17. We're going to talk to our second place finisher, Glenn Reen. And Glenn in the number 31 car, man, getting it done tonight. Let's see. There he is. Glenn, welcome to Napa Victory Lane in the late models, man. You get it done in the modifieds. Now it looks like you're getting it done in the late models.
Yeah, I got to thank the good Lord for the opportunity to be here. Rob Russell called me at the beginning of the season and said, "You want to drive a late model?" And I was like, "Well, it doesn't have an air cleaner and it's got fenders on it, so I don't really know what to do." But I did say it would take a little bit of learning. I still think I got a lot to learn, but I'm definitely having a lot of fun running with Josh Wood. It was a great run with him last week as well. We had another great run. Wouldn't be here without all my sponsors. Want to thank them first and foremost. Life Care Family Chiropractic jumped on board. Sean's awesome. I'm actually going to go see him soon because I got a little back problem. Ruby's Liquor jumped on board this week. Alpine Tree Service, RRC. These guys are awesome. Squid Decals, New England Race Fuels. And I got to thank all the fans for coming out. It's an awesome show.
Certainly one of the good drivers here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, Glenn Reen. He'll put that beautiful number 31 car into second place. Let's talk to Tommy Fern. Tommy, man, I'm used to talking to you in victory after a win. Third place? Wow, not bad, though.
No, we can't complain. This is our off week for tires, so we were really struggling a little bit tonight, but came home third. And without the help of King Ward, Safeco Foam, Sun Valley Fire Equipment, Whip Sporting Goods, he's here tonight. I got to thank him for all our great T-shirts and that. But Guns and Gears, Napa, we got to thank all those guys, and hopefully we can turn things around next week and be back up front. But I guess we got to start looking at the big picture here right now. So I got to thank my wife for spotting for me. She did a great job tonight. I was pretty busy out there tonight, and my crew and family and friends and fans here. Thank you very much.
There's your point leader, Tommy Fern. He'll go third place tonight in our late model main event as we go to a commercial break.